Parshas, בשלח, something very nice from the Rebbe's father, Rabbi Levi Yitzchok Zatzal. In this week's Parsha we have when the Yidden came to Kis Yamsuf and they saw Sayod Agdoila, the big hand from Hashem. It says, Vayaminu ba'Hashem u'Moshe Avdei. They believed in Hashem, had emunah in Hashem and in Moshe. Points out Rabbi Levi Yitzchok, we have twice in the Parshas of Yetzias Mitzrayim where the Torah writes that the Yidden had emunah, faith. One is in this week's Parsha, Vayaminu ba'Hashem, and also in Parshas Shmois, Perek Dalet, Pasuk Lamed Aleph, it says, Vayamein ha'om, that the Yidden had faith after Moshe Rabbeinu came to them and made the miracles and told them that they was going to take them out of Mitzrayim. Ki fokad Hashem, like Hashem remembered them. The Yidden, Vayamein ha'om, the Jewish people had faith. So we find two times the inyan from Amunah that the Eibishter emphasizes. One in Parshas Shmois and one in Parshas Beshalach. Ask Rebbe Levi Yitzchok, what's the meaning of the twice emphasizing the Amunah by Yidden? Connects so beautiful, Rebbe Levi Yitzchok, the timing and the connection of concerning what it was said about. In Parshas Shmois, the Amunah was about Yetzias Mitzrayim, going out of Mitzrayim. When did that happen? That happened on the first day of Pesach. Yudal at night, Yom Tezvov. That's the first day of Pesach. Our Parsha B'Shalach, Vayiminu B'Hashem, is referring to what happened on the seventh day of Pesach, Kriyas Yamsuf. And here we have, connects this, Rabbi Levi Yitzchok, we have two types of matzah. It's called matzah of choiva and matzah of rishus. The first night of Pesach, we had in Parshas Boy last week, the Erev Teichel Matzah is a mitzvah, an obligation for the Eibishter to Yidden to eat matzah. The seventh day, the Gemara learns out in Psochem Daf Kuf Chof Amar Aleph. It's rishus, it's voluntary. Hashem leaves it up to us. This concept of choiva, certain things that Hashem tells us in the way of obligation, and certain things are, He leaves it up to us voluntarily. We find also concerning davening. The Gemara says in Brachas that the tefillah of Shachris, the morning, and Mincha, that's obligation. But when it was established, Ma'ariv in the evening was Rishus. And the Yidden took upon themselves, it was voluntary, that they should accept it as a obligation. Our Rebbe, in Lekutei Sichos, Chelik Chav Beis, Omer 33, explains this particular, what his father, what Rabbi Levi Yitzchok writes, the Rishus and the Choiva. And he explains so beautifully, he says, the Rebbe explains, Hashem, certain things He tells us directly. We wouldn't understand it on our own. And He tells us, this is what I want you to do. That's Choiva. And then this comes the higher level, where Hashem puts His trust in us, that we should understand He planted in all of us a neshama, especially by the Chachomim, in history, all the big tzaddikim, the leaders of our generation, and they understand, even though Hashem didn't tell us, we voluntarily should accept upon us that we're going to do it. And explains the Chassidus the Rebbe brings down, that when Hashem sees that Yid does what he's obligated to, the choiva, that's Hashem has a lot of nachas, of course, we listen to him. But when he sees that a Yid on his own, he believes in the power and the energy, the divinity, the godly powers that Hashem planted in us, and Hashem says, yes, you should know in you and every single person there are certain things you on your own can initiate and do, even more than what I've obligated. Those things are aroused by Hashem a great joy. It's similar to a father. I'll give you an example. Let's say he has to go to school, he goes to cheder, and he has to do there's a curriculum. He follows everything. And then one day the son comes to the father and says to the parents, not only am I doing what I'm obligated to do, the basic curriculum, there's some extra curriculum, he get extra points, and I'm going for that too. That's something he does on his own. The parents get such joy from that. Not only is he following the regular Seder, the order, he's doing above and beyond on his own. That arouses great joy. The same thing is with Hashem with the Yid. There is chayva, obligation. And then there is what we do on our own, our initiative. We take that voluntarily and we do make it into like a chayva. Then that arouses great joy in Hashem. And this is the two emunas that Rabbi Yitzchok explains. In Parshas Shmois going on Yitzchok Mitzrayim, that is the emunah that every Jew is going to listen to Hashem. That's chayva. And then there's the emunah in Parshas, our Parsha, which is referring to Shvisha Pesach. Over there, the matzah is Rishus. And the concept of Rishus is Hashem says, I want you to believe in something additional, that I gave you the ability, every single Yid, that he on his own can do what's called Mamata Lamaila. You on your own can add. Of course, we follow the ways of the Chachamim. They tell us what to do, but we take even those things that He didn't obligate us, the Rishus, and we are bonded to Hashem through those mitzvahs and through good deeds. That arouses great joy to Hashem, and that's why the two emunas Hashem wanted every Jew should understand. There's things that you're obligated, and then there is those things Hashem said, I want you to believe in yourselves. Have that emunah. You have a neshama, you could reach and you could affect the world in a proper way. I once heard an English saying, I think maybe you could connect it with this. The world says, an interesting quote, what we are is Hashem's gift to us. What we become is our gift to Hashem. And that's the same thing over here too. There is the emunah every Yid has in the Hashem. We listen to him, choiva. And then there's certain things Hashem didn't tell us outright. But He wants that we on our own should have that initiative. And we should give Him our gift. And that's the Rishus. And that's the two types of emunah. Bottom line is Hashem wants that every Yid should believe in the powers of his own neshama. He could do avodah. And by his putting his part, Hashem gets great joy. Both from the choiva part and both from the Rishus.